Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with my recap on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm going to do it a little bit different this time because we're going to be in and out with this particular recap. And why? Because I think this episode that just passed, it was okay. Nothing life-shattering really happened. But we'll start with Garcelle. Let me say this about Garcelle. This season, I'm seeing a little something different from her right now. I think what I'm seeing is she's like the pot stirrer. And this, to me, is not Garcelle. I think Garcelle still has not found her way in this group of ladies. She doesn't know how to make her mark. I'm not quite sure she is built for reality TV. I'm not mad at her. Get in where you fit in. Listen, you need a check, you need a job, go ahead and do it. But if you're going to do this show and do reality TV, you do need to read the playbook on how to do it. And right now, I think she's messing up a tad bit. When you have your friends like Sutton and Crystal, who pretty much had your back in previous seasons, do you take those two and throw them under the bus and then back it up and roll it over them and then keep bringing it forward and rolling it back and going back and forth on them? I would think not, but I felt like this particular episode, that's what Garcelle did. So Garcelle called Crystal back to the house and told Crystal, listen, just talk to the ladies, clear the air, tell them, your feelings and why you was hurt the previous night. So Crystal decides to come back because she's thinking she's speaking to her friend Garcelle. Garcelle's going to have my back. She gets there though, and what does Garcelle do? Garcelle rolls the bus over her. So Garcelle pretty much brings up an old incident, and she said, listen, I felt like you set Sutton up. When you asked Sutton, are you that girl? She said, I felt like no matter what would have came out of Sutton's mouth, you were going to say that. It felt like a setup. So now Crystal is sitting there like, oh my God, where is this coming from? So she felt like she had to defend herself. So what does Crystal say? Crystal sticks her foot in her mouth. And why do I say that? Because Crystal says, well, Sutton said something very dark. And that's what prompted the whole conversation. And so everybody's like, whoa, dark? What do you mean? What did she say? Well, I don't want to say. Well, how do you throw out the word that someone says something dark? And then you're like, but I don't want to repeat what she says. Now, Kyle, because Kyle always has to jump in something, she's like, well, I was there for the conversation, and I don't remember Sutton saying anything crazy or anything dark. And so Crystal tells Kyle, well, you wouldn't remember because you was half drunk, or you was probably drunk, and you don't remember. So let's get back to this dark comment. Here's my problem with that. And Crystal's like, she's big on these things with words. Like, don't tell me, what words to use or not use. Well, Crystal, we do need to help you with the words. And then I'm going to tell you why. Listen, everybody has the right to their feelings. Everybody has the right to use words out the dictionary, whichever way they feel pleased. But when you're in a group and you use trigger words, then hold on, wait a minute. We are going to have to educate you. Let's be clear. There are very clear, distinct trigger words. And you're not, people, they like to act clueless, but don't be that clueless to it, right? If you say somebody said something crazy, everybody going to be like, oh my God, what did you say? All right, I don't want to repeat it. And people going to walk away like, all right, crazy, whatever. We're going to move on from that. But you said the word dark. Dark usually doesn't mean anything that great, right? So it's like a trigger word. It's like, when people like to play games on their job and they say, because the boss is writing them up because they've been late. Now they want to say that the boss is a racist, or the boss, created a hostile environment. Well, those are trigger words. And now HR got to try to, you're trying to deflect off of you and put it on the boss. And now HR has to look into this and say, hold on, wait a minute. We can't have a toxic environment at our employment, our place, our work establishment, right? So you look at that a little differently. So Crystal knew, come on, using the word dark, she said something dark. That means negative. That means something bad. We need to know what Sutton said that was so dark. But she throws out that word and then she's like, nope, I don't want to talk about it, right? So now she has everybody up in arms, and now that's going to be a big deal. But it would have never came up if Garcelle was in Stir in the Pot bringing up old mess. I'm a little shocked about Garcelle, especially because her only friends, well, previous friends in the group, was Crystal and Sutton. So let's carry on from Garcelle and let's talk about Dorit. Dorit's focus seems to be the robbery. And listen, I'm not going to debate anymore whether the robbery did happen or if it was staged. I'm going to move past that. And I'm going to need Dorit to move past every single episode and every single scene, us dealing with her and the robbery. So she goes to, Sutton's, store event, okay? And the paparazzi is there. And she's like, oh my God, how insensitive of Sutton to not alert me that paparazzi was going to be here. Because I can only talk about this robbery with my friends. I can't just be talking about it with perfect strangers. I'm not ready. I'm not healed yet. So, Dorit, you're going to an event that she had a popular couture designer coming to. And you kind of know Sutton. And Sutton likes to put on a production. And you really say to yourself, you don't think that any photographers are going to be there? You only want to share this with close family and friends, people you can trust? Then why are you sharing the whole situation on a reality show? Why did you give Bravo the footage to the robbery if it's so intimate with you and you can't share it and you're thinking that Sutton is being insensitive? Dorit, we had enough. I'm over the whole situation. You're a little full of it. You're giving us confessionals about the robbery. Do you think this is private diaries that only you are going to watch? You didn't think Bravo was going to air it? So we get in the confessionals. We got the footage of the robbery. You're talking about it every scene. But now you're emotional because you go to a public event, okay, celebrating a designer trying to sell couture clothing, and you're like, oh my God, paparazzi is here. I can't talk to them. And Dorit with the therapist. Okay. Do your therapy. I'm not mad at you. But then when you and PK were sitting down and you get so much anxiety about this whole situation, listen, y'all have the money, move out the home. And to say that, going to yet again another event where possibly there could be photographers or you don't know what could happen with your girls, that's a good idea. Let's move past the read because I had enough. Crystal, I think, is too sensitive and emotionally fragile to be doing a reality show. She felt like being around the ladies, she wasn't in a safe space. They're not connecting with her and her feelings. She really doesn't know how to express herself in a conductive or conducive way in front of people. She utilizes words that I must say it could be trigger words for the situation at hand. And then she's like, oh my God, what is the big deal? The big deal is, Crystal, we're going to need you, as intelligent as you are, to find your words and to find the appropriate words when you're trying to have a discussion with the ladies in the group. Let's move on. I'm kind of done with Crystal. Kyle is Kyle. And let me say this. I love the four-legged animals. I really, really do. And they're like family members. I get that. But when your doggies are just constantly eating the food off of plates, tables, trays, whenever, wherever, however. Kyle, I don't know, Kyle. Send the doggies to obedience school. Figure that whole thing out. Or next time they can't go on the trip, Kyle. Bring them on the trip with your family, who I probably are apparently used to the dogs just eating out of their plates and off their food and off the tables and whatever the case may be. But when you got the ladies around and the ladies are trying to eat their food and not eat it after the dogs, figure that out. Kyle is Kyle. She wants to be the queen of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Let's move on. Erica is something special. And the reason why I say that is because Erica really feels like she has no responsibility to the situation at hand that happened with her and her estranged husband, so to speak, right? I feel like everything Erica does or is doing is really to help Tom Girardi. And why do I say that? Because Erica said in this particular episode that, you know, the alleged victims, that we're not sure that they wasn't paid. She said that, you know, they could have been paid, but she can't talk about it. So now your husband was accused of not paying some of his clients their reward money from lawsuits that they had. But now Erica is telling us that we don't really know that to be true. She's trying to allude to possibly that the clients were lying. They actually got paid, but then she can't really talk about it. I feel like she throws little tidbits out there, knowing maybe perhaps the defense that her husband team is trying to build up. So she wants to plant these little seeds out there, plant them in our head to kind of throw us off track. So when we hear it again later, we'll be like, oh yeah, I heard that somewhere, that they possibly got paid. Well, Erica, I'm not going for it. I'm really not. I really feel that you know more than you say. I also feel that you are very arrogant. And in addition to that, I really feel that, you know, you're still trickling or sucking off of some of the hidden funds, because I never known a broke person to have assistants and that have assistants that are just over their house shooting the breeze. You got that type of money to pay them. If I was going to have assistants, the only time I'm going to see them is going to be some true business. And that's when I'm going to pay them, for those couple hours where we're doing true business. Not for them to be sitting around while I'm telling them how I got an invite to a party that I'm not going to and I don't want to get dressed for anyway. And I'm just going to go to bed and sleep with the dog. Let's go on. Diana. Diana is our new addition. And Diana wants to let us know that she's not just rich. She's super rich. But I think Diana is like a lot of first timers that come into the shows when they already have an established group. She's trying to find her way, and she's pissing some of the fans off. She's pissing some of the fans off with all of this name dropping. She's pissing some of the fans off by constantly repeating that she never steps foot in a store, that now she's allergic to stores because they have a lot of dust. Let me tell you something. I do not have money like this, but I have been in very high-end stores and I have been in high-end malls. High-end malls are some of the cleanest malls I have ever seen. High-end stores are always spotless and everything is in place and in tip-top shape. The minute they take a bag down for you or a shoe down for you, the second you finish looking at it, observing it, they are taking that bag and putting it right back in place. Now, when you go in some of the stores that are not that high end, you can walk into a fitting room and the clothes that somebody was trying on before are still in that fitting room. Some of the fitting rooms are a hot, flaming mess. But never, ever, ever, ever have I went in a high-end store when they opened that fitting room for me, it's spotless, is empty. It's nothing there. And I've never seen a speck of dust. So for her to say, oh, the stores are dusty and she's allergic to dust, I'm over it. Okay, Diana, do I believe you have money? Absolutely freaking yes. You got to talk about it every second. Do you have to keep saying that you never step foot in a store? But it's so funny. She says she's allergic to stores, but she went to Sutton's event, which is a store. Go figure. Anyway, that's Diana and her shenanigans and her mess. And let me say this, I think I said it before. So Diana doesn't even go shopping for the little baby? I mean, is her fiance doing all the shopping for that? Do designers send her dishes, pots, pans? Like she has never been to any store. But like I said, yet again, she went to Sutton's event, which was in a store. Anywho, so Rinna, you know what? Rinna is not my favorite person, but I do love the way that she loved her mom. And we do know in real time that her mom has passed. I didn't realize that she was dealing with it or going through it while they was filming. So my heart goes out to Rinna. And, you know, I did love all the scenes with her mom on that show. And I do love the relationship that she had with her mom. And I'm just peeking at my notes here. I think I addressed everyone and we kind of talked about everyone and we kind of went through it. That's my recap, guys. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing next week's episode. Like I said, I probably do my recap on Dubai tomorrow. I did enjoy it. Did you watch it? And guys, let me tell you something. I watched the Bobby Brown's Every Little Step You Take series. And I saw his 4-part, I'm going to say it was a 4-part documentary on the A&E channel. One, I'm going to say we need to watch the show and support it because it's a feel-good type of reality show versus all the junk that we consume. And listen, I ain't judging nobody because I'm watching it too. But it is definitely a feel-good reality show. And I am going to do another video because watching that documentary, I'm watching the first episode of their little series that they're having, their reality show. I actually do really like the wife. I mean, I guess his sister, Bobby Brown's sister, felt some type of way, but the wife saved his life. And I'll talk about that more in the next video. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. When you get an opportunity, chat with me in the comments and I will chat back. Let me know how you feeling about Garcelle this season. Are you sick and over Dorit? Are you loving Diana? Are you done with her also? Is she just way too much and way over the top? Just never understanding anything. Just acts like she is oblivious. She's kind of like a, what's Kyle's sister name? Kathy Hilton. She's kind of like a Kathy Hilton, but just a little more pretentious, right? We're talking about the money. Kathy didn't talk about her money like that, but this Diana is she just kind of wants to let us know every single scene, I'm just money, 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 money. Anyway, guys, don't forget to hit the like button and I'll see you on the next video.